On 12th of May 2026 at 7:30 p.m., the Australian property investment landscape changed permanently. The Labor government announced the most significant restructure of negative gearing and capital gains tax in Australian history. And depending on when you bought your investment property, what type of property it is, and what you are planning to buy next, the implications are completely different. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what changed, what did not change, and why brand new residential properties just became the single most important tax advantage asset class in the Australian market. Let me be specific and clear because there is a lot of confusion about this. Negative gearing for established residential properties will be abolished from 1st of July 2027 for properties purchased after 7:30 p.m. on 12th of May 2026. Let me say that again because it is critical. If you bought an established residential investment property after 7:30 p.m. on budget night, which was 12th of May 2026, you will no longer be able to use your rental losses to offset your salary or other personal income from 1st of July 2027. Under the proposed measures, losses from established residential properties acquired after that trigger point will only be deductible against rental income or capital gains from other residential properties. Excess rental losses may be carried forward to future years, but they cannot be used to reduce your income tax bill in the way Australians have relied on for decades. Here's what that means in plain language. You're a doctor earning $300,000 per year. You buy an established investment property in June 2026 for $900,000. It runs at $25,000 annual loss after expenses. Under the old rules, that $25,000 loss offset against your income at 47% saves you $11,750 in tax. Under the new rules from 1st of July 27, that saving disappears entirely. You can carry the loss forward, but you cannot use it against your salary. Now to the CGT change. The government will replace the 50% capital gains tax discount with a discount based on inflation and introduce a minimum 30% tax on gains from 1st of July 2027. The CGT reforms will only apply to gains that accrue after 1st of July 27. So gains you have already made on properties you already own are not affected. Gains you make after 1st of July 2027 on established properties are subject to the new minimum 30% tax and cost-based indexation replacing the 50% discount. Properties that are currently held as at 7:30 p.m. on 12th of May 2026, including those under contract awaiting settlement, can be continued to be negatively geared under the current rules until they are sold. This provides complete protection for investors who made decisions based on the existing legislation. If you own an investment property before the budget night, your negative gearing treatment is grandfathered permanently. For as long as you hold that property, nothing changes for you. The changes also do not affect the main residence exemption. At this stage, it is not expected that the CGT discount for superannuation funds will be changed. Widely held trusts, superannuation funds, build-to-rent developments, and private investors supporting government housing programs are also exempted. So to be crystal clear, this change affects one specific category of investor: someone who buys an established residential property after 12th of May 2026 as a new investment. Here's a part of this announcement that has not received nearly enough attention. Eligible new build residential properties remain completely exempt from these changes. For new build properties, both negative gearing and the existing capital gains tax discount of 50% will still be fully available. Investors in new builds will also be able to choose between 50% CGT discount or the new arrangements, whichever is more favorable for their specific situation. Let me show you what this means in direct comparison. Scenario A. You buy an established property for $900,000 after 12th of May 2026. It runs at $25,000 annual loss. From 1st of July 27, That loss cannot offset your salary. No immediate tax saving. You carry it forward. The 50% CGT discount is replaced with a 30% minimum tax on gains. Scenario B. You buy a brand new property for $900,000. It runs at $25,000 annual loss. You keep full negative gearing. That loss offsets your salary and saves you $11,750 in tax at 47% tax rate. You keep the 50% CGT discount when you sell, or you choose the new indexation arrangement if that is more favorable for you. Same purchase price, same loss, completely different tax outcome. The new build investor is better off by $11,750 per year in negative gearing benefit alone before you even factor in the CGT advantage. This change is designed to reduce investor demand for existing housing stock while preserving tax support for investment in new supply. That is the explicit intent of the policy. The government is deliberately creating a two-tier market where new builds have a structural tax advantage over established properties. The market will price this in rapidly. New build premiums over established properties are going to increase not because new builds are intrinsically more valuable, but because the after-tax return on new build is now materially superior to an equivalent established property for any investor buying after budget night. The dominant effect is the removal of negative gearing. The CGT change reinforces the shift by reducing the tax advantage attached to strong nominal capital gains, and the combined effect should provide some relative support for new construction, provided projects remain financially feasible. Let me give you 3 clear positions depending on where you stand. If you owned established investment property before 7:30 p.m. on 12th of May 2026, you're completely grandfathered. Your negative gearing treatment does not change. Your CGT position only changes on gains accruing after 1st of July 2027. Hold your position, nothing urgent. If you're buying your next investment property now, this is not a close call. New builds have a structural tax advantage over established properties for every buyer entering the market after budget night. The negative gearing benefit on an established property has been materially reduced. The CGT advantage on an established property has been reduced. A new build retains both. The analysis is straightforward. If you're considering Dubai property, this entire Australian policy debate is irrelevant for that part of your portfolio. Dubai income is taxed at 0 regardless of whether the property is new or established. There is no negative gearing calculation because there is no tax offset against. The zero tax environment is completely separate from the Australian reform. For investors who want to build a global portfolio, Dubai is now even more attractive relative to the new Australian established properties than it was before 12th of May. If you want to understand specifically how these changes affect your existing portfolio, what it means for your next purchase decision, and whether a new Australian build, a Dubai property, or a combination of both makes more sense for your specific tax position, book a strategy session. The policy has changed. Your strategy needs to reflect that. The link is in the description.